Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 1 of my Girls und Panzer reaction series. If this is your first time seeing me, hello, hi, I react to anime. I like to have a pretty good look at the episodes and see what makes them tick and that kind of thing, among other things. And I recently had a poll on my channel. I had a poll, had lots and lots of different things on it, and Girls und Panzer came out on top. And this was a surprise to me. I'd heard rumblings about this show. I know some things about it, but mostly not a lot, especially relative to the other shows that won the poll. So it's a bit of a surprise that it won for me personally. But upon reflecting on that as well, I also think that this may be the perfect thing to succeed Symphogear. So I recently did Symphogear on the channel, and that's what this anime today, Girls und Panzer, is replacing. I feel like they're in similar ballparks, right? Potentially. Potentially this is a show that I need to take seriously. Potentially it's not. And that's okay too. We like to have fun here sometimes, and fun is good. Fun things are fun, as a famous philosopher once said. Either way, I should jump into talking about Girls und Panzer. There are a few things that I like to do before I start a new show. That is to set some expectations / predictions. That is, look at the staff on ANN or MAL or whatever suits and figure out what these people have done and what my expectations can be from that perspective as well. And then look at that key visual. And these are the only pieces of information I will take into the show to prevent spoilers and other things. So I think first things first, Girls und Panzer. Couple things I've noticed. The very obvious one is German. I've also seen this through the rest of the series. I believe the film is called Das Film, I think. Which, again, German. Sure. I don't know if I'm going to call it Girls und Panzer or Girls and Panzer. I do not know which I'll prefer in the long run, but we're going to keep our options open there. And then, of course, Panzer being a tank. Let me look this up, actually. I didn't do this part of it. It's a German armored vehicle, especially a tank, used in World War II. There you go. Sure. I did know this. I thought Germans called tanks Panzer. Okay. Yeah. And it's a German word, again, meaning armor. Gotcha. So again, continuing that German theme. So girls with tanks. Girls and tanks. Okay. Pretty straightforward, pretty descriptive of what the show may be like. Just girls and tanks. We like some girls and we like some tanks, so this should be a good time. I don't know what to say. It's not a title that leads on to a whole lot of analysis. It's pretty straightforward. So yes, what I did know about the show is that it mainly stars girls and there's tanks in it. And I've heard it described as a sports show. Whatever that can mean in this context, I do not know. I have some thoughts based on that key visual. We'll see it in a second. But I should talk about some stuff. Just bear with me. So here I have the ANN up of the director, who is Tsutomu Mizushima. So relatively old. That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting off the bat. What has he done? Let's have a little look. Another. Okay, directed Another. That's a show. Directs all the entries of Girls und Panzer, so I don't need to worry about second directors and that kind of thing. Directed Prison School. Oh, Prison School. No, that's a funny show. Okay, sure. Director of Shirobako. Okay, there's quite a bit here actually. I've been told to watch this as well. XXX Holic. I don't know, but this is who made this? Who made you? Production IG apparently. Okay, weird. Never mind. I'm going off on a tangent. I should stay focused. Okay, he's done some stuff. That's basically what I've seen here. Could I pull anything of those that I just said into what we saw? Not really. I don't think, based on an expectation of what Girls und Panzer would be, but eclectic, we'll say that. Series comp and writing. Reiko Yoshida. Hang on a second. Yeah, I definitely know this name. One of the best writers working. Let's say that. Let's scroll down and see everything she's done. Very, very cool. Well, first, hang on. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. I didn't know this. Hell fucking yeah. Hell yeah. Another good one there. let me know if you see the connection about who I'm talking about here. A K for the other one. Where is it? Where is it? It's here somewhere. Unless we've translated it. Yeah, we have. A silent voice. Yeah, plenty of good stuff. I've buried the lead long enough. She works a lot with Kyoto Animation. She works a lot with Naoko Yamada, who again is one of the best directors working. And of course, making up one of the heads of the three-headed snake that is Naoko Yamada, Kensuke Ushio, and Reiko Yoshida? Yoshida. Yes. She is excellent. She's an excellent writer. She knows how to write character in a very specific way. She knows how to build up to a moment. We know how to execute an emotional moment. We know how to let something sit. It's not going to be pedal to metal, or maybe it will be. But also, by that same token, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, right? I'm sure some of it would translate to something like Girls und Panzer. I think, again, K-On! Is a great jumping off point here, right? Because K-On! Is about a cast of high school girls doing thing. And this show is about a cast of high school girls, presumably, doing a thing. Hey, even non-biori, huh? It's not quite high school girls, but they're girls doing a thing. We love shows about girls doing a thing. They're pretty good. That's a pretty damn good resume. I keep looking at it. It's pretty damn good. Okay, that's got me excited. I like that. So series comp and writing. Okay, bit kind of like your baby in a way. All right, what else do we have here? Music. Let's do music. Shiro Hamaguchi. Literally nothing I've seen. Very cool. One Piece, a lot of One Piece stuff. Shirobako, which directs to the director, connects to the director. Other than that, I need to see Hanasaku Iroha. I've heard it's good. But other than that, I haven't had any experience with anything else, so I cannot say anything whether it would be good or bad. It'll be my first experience with such a person doing such a thing. So please look forward to it. Who else is art director? Maybe Minoru Onishi. Yeah, not a lot. Okay. Yeah, maybe we're done here. I don't see any other particularly notable stuff, and I'm trying to keep my eyes away from this section so I am not spoiled on people. And yeah, none of the other names are jumping out to me really on the production stuff. Either way, that means I can jump into the key visual. I'll bring up the key visual and we'll have a look. Here is the key visual that I will be looking at today. It's a pretty simple one. I don't think it reveals too much. You'll see it features girls and tanks. Girls and tanks. So again, keeping the cards pretty close to their chest, if that makes any sense. So why are you wearing headphones? Maybe you're like communicating with somebody? Anyway, all I really have here besides girls and tanks is character designs. So let me attempt to guess what the characters are like based entirely on their design, which I like to do. It's a fun game. You, main character, I think. You'll have main character traits. You'll be gung-ho at certain things, maybe even a fish out of water, and need to be introduced to this whole system. Or maybe it's a whole school for this. I do not know. I feel like you'll have a journey of growth through whatever we have going on, aided by your friends. Look at your friends, everybody. Other than that, it's a bit hard to pick. Besides you, you're very obviously the quiet one, and I think you've got a book. That'll be fun. Okay, a quiet girl on a tank, sure. Other than that, you look maybe a bit nerdy? Maybe? Well, you're a nerd, but you're like maybe a bit of a dork, maybe a best friend type. You look nice. We like nice girls. You look a little bit silly. You may be a bit of a bit rambunctious, a little bit hard to control maybe. Something about the pose as well. The uniform, I like the uniform. Actually, I really like the color decisions there. Almost like a sailor type uniform as well. Yeah, sure, okay. So not much else there really. There's a couple of other housekeeping things. So this will be out in this slot every week. So it'll be out on a Friday. No, it won't. I just lied to you. It'll be out on a Saturday night, Sunday morning generally. And that may move around as I work full-time as well, so it makes it difficult sometimes. But I digress. What else? The subs. I'm using some AK submarine subs or something. Yeah, and I downloaded it this morning. It was the one that said the thing on it, so I downloaded it. The other part would be there's a whole bunch of entries for Girls und Panzer on Mal and on ANN and that kind of thing, right? So what am I watching? What is necessary to watch? What am I watching for the channel? What is going to make for good content that people will want to see? Because that's mainly what I'm trying to do here. I don't want to release a video that's just full of episodes that nobody has seen and doesn't really like. So any other extra stuff there would be helpful. And yeah, without any further ado, I think we'll jump into episode 1 here. Not without my shill stuff, of course. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation. Comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join Discord, love Discord, Discord. You can discuss lots of different stuff about Girls und Panzer. There'll be a channel there for you. You can vote on future polls and all that kind of stuff. I think it's a pretty cool place to be. Oh, one more thing as well. Notes. Should I be taking notes? I'll base it off the first episode, just the vibe if I should be taking notes, but other than that, I'm probably going to default to no initially. And now, without any further ado, jumping into episode 1 of Girls und Panzer. Girls und Panzer. Rightio, I have episode 1 of Girls und Panzer up here ready to go. Let me pop that up there. I see what looks like a tank about to shoot at some other tanks potentially, and a background. Other than that, I still don't know much. 24 minutes and 11 seconds on this one, so sync up accordingly. I guess I should explain this as well. I'll have a picture-in-picture version for those that want it in the description below. It'll be linked under picture-in-picture, but it'll be kind of bad because it's hosted on BitChute and that website's kind of terrible. But anyway, it allows me to do what I need to do, so it's fine. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, so you have those two options there, and the AK subs, the AC subs. Let's say AK. And yeah, without any further ado, I think we're going to give it a 3, 2, 1. Radio? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Tank is moving. Or the tanks are moving. Okay. Names of tanks. It's a V. I guess that's impressive. Okay. Is this like a 5v5? Okay. Hello, girls. Okay. Can they not see you? Whoa! Okay, sure. I didn't see that coming. Yeah, sure, fuck it. Why is it pink? Isn't it? Oh god, these colors. Isn't the whole point of tanks to be kind of like camouflaged as well? Anyway, sure, fuck it. I'd love the whole show to be in first person. That'd be kind of funny. So there's particular stuff about the CG that I think is interesting, if it always doesn't look amazing. If that makes any sense. Because I like it's ambitious, right? This shot. Oh, hello. And then, yeah, you were CG as well. Interesting. Okay. But you're not. Okay, but there's... Okay, no. Listen. Okay, I didn't know that there was 5 girls in one tank. I thought each had a tank. Okay. Okay. There's lots of girls. Whoa, why have you got a hat on? That kind of hat on. Okay, you seem like a commander of some kind. I'm getting a lot of character immediately. Okay. You look like the mum. You seem nice. Okay. Didn't really have much from you yet. Okay, tank fan. And then you're like the cool one. Were you the one that was reading as well? Is that a T tank? What is that? Who are we fighting? I love this shot. Okay, fucking girls and tanks. Let's go. That's a pretty. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'm warming to the style a little bit more. Did she get murdered? What happened? Was it your dream? Did I get baited? Maybe. Ooh. She needs to cut her toenails. Or maybe this is a hospital bed and I've just been very insensitive? Because the bear's giving me vibes. Why else would he be beat up like that? No, you're fine. Okay. It's a military-like efficiency there. Yeah, no, you got lots of bears. You're not at home, so you don't need to do that anymore? I thought that would be a thing you'd have to do here now because it'd be like military adjacent, maybe. But no, okay. This is like normal high school setting. Hmm. Oh. Why? So did we imply that what you were doing was a dream? What was all that about tanks? Because this seems like pretty normal high school. Classic. Yeah, I wanted to say earlier, if I could like live in like girl walks to school in anime scenes, then I like would. They're just comfy. I like them. Bit of a klutz, maybe? You talking to me? Who I still don't have like character names at all. Okay. Nishizumi. But I'd imagine you have a first name. Why not? Hmm. Whoa. Interesting. What was your origin before this? Before this? This. Okay. Uarai? Whoa. What are you talking about, man? Hmm. What? This is a very quick episode, eh? A weird situation? Yeah? Are there even guys in this show? uh, yeah, that seemed pretty normal. No, you might have a bit of an ego. Okay. I'm very interested about this main character. Like, what has your life been up to this point? Okay, that was pretty smick. I liked that. That's good. It's like you're the mum of the group. Okay, here comes Twin Tails. This can't be good. See, we're getting lots of the girls right now. Where are my tanks? Okay, we're all very official. I remember seeing you before. Girl with glasses? You're the student council. Why is she calling you out? World's fastest car behind me as well. Sen Shadow? Sen Shadow? Huh. Oh, I liked that. Nah, she's a bit out of it. Okay, fair enough. We can now infer some things about why you went to this school, right? I'm wondering where these other characters are. Nah, we got to figure some things out. Mijo. Martial art traditionally reserved for girls. I yeah. She's probably really good, right? It's not all about love triangles. Just chill. I'm thinking something like that, but in probably a different turn of phrase. Yeah, I'm 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 very good. Why? Yeah, gotcha. And that's why you had those military tendencies. These days? I don't think they'll take no for an answer, is the problem. They look pretty annoying. Okay. Whoa. It's a lot of the same person. Okay. Show me a presentation. Please give me some exposition about Send Shuttle. Yes, that is a tank. In front of, like, Mount Fuji. Their femininity. Okay. Whatever you say. Okay. Oh, you're like the sleepy one that reads books. Ah, interesting. And then you're really happy about that? We have girls in cosplay? Tying it to the idea of femininity is so funny to me. What the fuck? Yeah, just shoot the crowd. The world championship? I think it's going to be compulsory. Okay, then you, like, can't not do it. It's, yeah. Yeah, of course, and yeah, we're tying femininity weirdly into you and Sen Shuttle. Well, it's kind of active. You kind of just drive a tank. It's a sport in the same way that F1 is a sport. Gotcha. I understand the main character's conflict quite a bit. I'm gonna commit Miho. Miho? I suck with this kind of stuff. We're gonna commit that to memory though. What is tank falling off into water? Is this you? Well, that seems like a traumatic experience. Like how Senshida is like the big one up the top. Yeah, it's completely understandable. Thank you, friends. Okay, I like this a lot. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's so nice. What are you implying? Yeah, girls in tanks, not guys in tanks. Potato? Okay, sweet potato. You're in trouble. Remember how they said you gotta pick it? I'm not doing it. Why is this so important? Whoa. I'll kill you. Nah, don't be peer pressured. We don't like that. Rumble of tank equals rumble of emotions. Yes? Now what? I will do it? Okay. Coercion always works. Okay. We kind of got to the same moral I thought we were getting to, but in kind of a roundabout way. Which it's not Senshido that's the problem, it's the people I was doing it with. Or the situation in which. And there's also seemingly we're tying it to a traumatic event. I still don't know about sweet potato ice cream. And we're seemingly by the coast too, which gives some ideas about water and how that'll impact later. Okay, everyone is here. We very obviously have some teams. Yeah, who are you people? The weirdo group. And who are you in the back? I want to know more about you in the back. Yeah, you. You are very into the tanks. Yeah. It's a bit shit. That's okay, it hasn't been used in a while. Okay. Wow, she knows. Just needs a clean. If I was to guess, maybe we'll do like a tank cleaning episode next or something, right? That's a pretty cool shot. Yeah, this episode was very different tonally to what I thought it would be. What? What are you talking about, man? The Great Aircraft Carrier World? And then is this an opening that we're getting like a mini version of? Because this sounds way more like an opening than an ending. Watch out, she's going to be hit by that tank. Yeah, this is the most opening I've ever seen in my life. I guess I should have looked up when this came out too. I thought it was somewhere in the 2010s. Yeah, again, who the fuck are all these characters, man? Got a ton of characters here. I wonder who sings this too. I feel like the voice is familiar. Yeah, we seemingly have like little different teams, and maybe all of our teams come together to represent the school at some point in time. If you like girls in uniforms, this is a show for you. Okay. 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 Sure. And yeah, a little bit of a relook on episode 1 of Girls und Panzer. So yeah, that was episode 1 of Girls und Panzer. And what did I think about it? I think yeah, very different tonally was probably my last major thought of the episode, and I definitely agree there. Just like this starting portion into a pretty standard like walking to school thing, and then becoming friends with our two friends Sayori and Mizu. No, it was Hana. I'm incorrect. I think we're setting up a seemingly somewhat antagonistic force in the student council. They seem a little bit psychotic, but that's okay. They're allowed to be. And it's seemingly we're playing that enough for laughs right now. So if we don't have an external conflict yet, really, then the conflict must be internal. And I think that's where a lot of the episode shines, is finding out why our main character, whose name is escaping me, Mio? I'm going to say Mio. It's just that H that I'm not sure you hit or not in Mio. Miho? Anyway. Her internal conflict is one of the stars of the episode, I think. How it's introduced, starting off pretty subtly and then moving into it. Her decision, because, right, like, I guess I'll talk about it in summary now, right? Her decision is always going to be, I'm going to do tanks now, right? It's just a matter of what convinces her to do so. And I think we're going to find that doing tanks before represented bad period of my life for whatever reason, buoyed by whatever this tragic experience was around water, right? We even see it in the opening slightly, I thought, there at the end of the episode. That's all well and good, but it needs to be like a learning process to become okay with doing this again through the help of my friends. That's kind of what we're going for. And it took a roundabout way to get there, but we got there in the end. The other, I guess, major question mark theme thing that I had was femininity and tanks. So no boys and tanks, just girls and tanks. Girls and tanks has been a thing for ages. It's something that accentuates aspects of femininity in this world, right? And I'll get to our little instructional video there, but everybody seemingly agrees. They all love it. It makes sense that somebody like, again, I think it's Sayori. I think because she's seemingly obsessed with at least traditional aspects of high school femininity, like a love and love triangles, and interested in boys and what they're going to think, and blah 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 blah, and in a very traditional way there. And then we're even like so she's bought into the tank side of it from that perspective. I think that Hana sees some stuff like this is a change of pace because she does her flower arrangement stuff, so like something a little bit more active, and if I'm doing it with my friends, then it sounds like it'll be okay. We haven't really been introduced to the other two in the group yet, so we have to take this friend group at face value for now. But yeah, femininity in tanks. It's just it's this there's aspects of this world that seem backwards, and this is one of them, right? This would traditionally be a boyish thing, right? Think about again, Panzer, World War II. Not a lot of women on the front lines. A few in various roles, but generally you'll have men in tanks. So is this an ironic spin? Are we playing it straight? Seems like we're playing a pretty straight bet in the show so far. But yeah, it's an interesting discussion, and again, like a bit off kilter. It makes me a little bit like unsure on the episode overall. It's just a little bit out there. I guess starting with this production style, first here. It's a very, very interesting style where it's a first-person CG super shot where we're rotating fucking everywhere. And there's a ton of models and there's a ton of stuff going on, even if the background is simple to make up for it. Just, again, something I haven't really seen before. And it's kind of freaking me out, if I'm honest. I think I'm rambling quite a bit. I think I'm going to try to focus on various aspects by rewatching this episode and trying to figure a few things out. Let's say that. So first we have to start with the framing device for this dream sequence at the start of the episode. It is right now Mio's dream, right? She is dreaming about this. Not again, so she kind of hates tanks, right? At least for now. She's gone to this school to escape tanks and that whole culture, right, before it being brought back in kind of an ironic twist. So why is she still dreaming about it? She's dreaming about doing it with friends, right? We learned that she's been studying the class roster, right? Like maybe in the past her like doing tanks with her family has isolated herself from all of her friends at school and not being able to make deep connections through that, and now maybe with friends and tanks, that'll be good. Because it's seemingly like a happy dream, like nothing bad happens, really. So I find it interesting that even before meeting all these characters, she's made up like little personas for them and knows a lot of things about them, enough to dream about them. A lot of this right now in the dialogue is tank mumbo jumbo, that I'm sure will be explained in greater detail later, and we'll dive into the actual mechanics of tank combat. But sure, we'll just leave it here for now. So again, the whole episode, this threw me, because I thought that you would be closer to you, right? I still don't know your name, you're Mio. We have a name there, Mako, who I'd imagine is Quiet Girl with Book, I think. And then we start our shot. Again, I've talked about it. There's something, blurry about the background here. What if it's my copy? But just, I think it's maybe a concession to make shots like this happen, I guess. And upon turning the camera here, we learn, hey, let's not take this whole thing very seriously. Like, here is gold tank. Here is pink tank. I think there is tea tank later on. Like, it's a bit farcical. Just suspend your disbelief a little bit. I think it maybe looks a lot better on 2x speed. Like, look at this. You can focus on the background less, I guess. Interesting. So there's going to be 5 girls to a tank, I guess. There's specific numbers later in the episode around which kind of group will possess which tank and that kind of thing. But this is seemingly our group of kooky characters. Love a show with 5 girls, even though this one technically has like way more than 5. So we're talking at the student council. Student council seemingly have a tank, sure. And then you, who are seemingly the ones in like the sporty uniforms. Like I think this would imply you're wearing like bloomers and that kind of thing. I think. And then we have the weirdos. I don't know what the fuck you guys' deal is, but I kind of love it. I think I'm going to love them. Like, you look evil. You look like some kind of commander of a certain faction in World War II, which is interesting. I've got a friend IRL that would love shit like this. And then I don't know what to make of the rest. You guys are very cute, very small even. Everyone's pretty small. You look a bit bewildered. So we had 4 tanks there or 5? 5, gotcha. And then I'm imagining like it'll be like 5 tanks v 5 tanks, school v school, eventually, right? We're bringing a world championship back to Japan or something. Okay, from this line here, which I believe is your only line in the episode, you're like a tank freak. You love different kind of tanks. Like a nerd. Okay, I could see that with the character design, sure. And then the tanks we're fighting like change formation, they try to go after us, and then we kind of cut here eventually, right? This is a shot I hope we use a lot of. I think it's very cool. Kind of 5 different characters all in the same tank at once. When we're explaining tactical stuff. Again, I think when there's a lot of tanks in motion and a lot more particles, again, I think it looks better. And then you're gonna get like domed by a rocket, and then you wake up. Gotcha. And then I was tricked a little bit. I thought the episode may have gone one way based on these bears. I thought that maybe you were injured. Maybe you'd been bedridden for a long time. Maybe this was you dreaming of something that you could do one day and that you would be able to go out and do it through the events of the first episode. So again, like, swerve. It's not where we went at all, right? And again, I'm just like trying to find these rote structures for the episode to fit into, and it doesn't. And that's making me a little bit perplexed. And again, not a bad thing at all, right? It's good that you're unique. It's just that I haven't seen something like this before, and makes it hard to comment on. I guess the most direct comparison for me for a show like this would have been K-On! Based on what I read previously. Again, I don't. Is this like a unique thing? Is this based on a manga? Is this based on some kind of novel? I do not know. But like, I thought that we would, introduce you to the school, and then you would come to know the idea of girls tank stuff, Senshodo, right? And then you would become interested, and it would be something for you to do, right? Like, again, gotta keep talking about it. K-On!, right? Yui goes to school. She's like, man, I'm a bit of a fucking dumbass, right? What am I gonna do to make high school like worth it? What's gonna make high school like cool for me, right? And then gets drawn towards music and the light music club because initially she thinks it's kind of a bludge, and then she ends up really liking it and growing with the people around her, and yeah, that's great. Very different tact here. You're already the expert. You need to be convinced. You need to be convinced to give this another go. But then we don't even play that fully straight either. Yeah, just an interesting structure. Again, two shows written by the same person where a high school girl wakes up in bed at the start of the first episode, basically, minus the dream sequence. So then what do you do immediately after waking up? You hear the alarm go off, your eyes dart open, you jump out of bed, you make your bed very quickly, you start to get dressed, all within basically like 5 seconds. And then you like relax. Oh yeah, I'm not at home anymore. So you don't need to do all these militaristic things that you had to do at home based on your family situation and your history in Senshido now that you're here. And again, the episode keeps dragging you back towards it regardless. So again, what has changed? What makes you feel better about this now? The presence of friends, right? Very lovely, comfy scene here as we go to school with Mio. Checks if the door is locked. The music playing is quite lovely. Just, yeah, as I said in the video itself, the reaction, if I could live in scenes like this, I would. I just find them endlessly comfy. On the wides here, there's a little bit of CGI going on, like a little bit. Well, if VLC wants to behave, yeah, you can see it a little bit there. And then bang, you hit thing, right? We play you for a little bit of a klutz early, but seemingly you're very competent in Senshido as well, so like, I do not know. And then, okay, this becomes very obvious through the events of the episode, right? You've come to this new school, it's the first day, you're looking to make friends. Maybe I'm misreading things slightly, maybe this isn't like straight up the first day, but the first week. Like, you've struggled to make friends within the first, like, few days of school, and are struggling as a result there. Yeah, Mio. Nishizumi Mio. We get called out to by these two. This is Hana and Sayori. So harkening back to that thing we saw like 30 seconds ago, she's actually being asked to eat lunch with somebody. She's seemingly been introduced to a friend group. Kind of, at least a little bit. Okay, interesting. Omoshiroi. So they must have been looking at her a while. This must be like somewhat into the school term. And we've noticed that you're a little bit nervous. It's interesting how you're nervous all the time, and we wanted to talk to you because of it. And then yeah, okay, I think this is also like military training stuff for Mio, right? So you automatically remember everybody's names and their birthday just straight off rip, right? Like, you've had to know important information like this based on your upbringing from the start. It also could potentially infer that you want to be friends with people super hard, so you researched everybody in your class extensively to try to make conversation with them. We do the classic, like, oh, I get to be called by my first name instead of my family name, and that makes her do this. I guess I should talk about the animation in the episode, which I think has some pretty cool moments in the 2D, whilst obviously being a little bit low on the fidelity side, I guess I would say, right? Like, this isn't a super detailed model right now that we're animating, right? Model's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. And that's fine, like, and you know, and this is probably the best example this wide. Like, I think it's impressive that we've drawn this many different characters, even in low detail, and have enough of them moving to create like a scene, right? A lesser show, a less ambitious show, would cut this wide out entirely. Like, why even have this? But yeah, right now in the animation department, both with that CG sequence at the start and that which I've just seen, pairing ambition with not maybe the budget or the knowledge to completely pull it off, but it's endearing either way. I think that's where I'm landing on it. The school is also called Oarai, and you specifically picked this school because there wouldn't be any tanks. Now, here's the thing I wanted to talk about. Seemingly, the school is on a giant aircraft carrier, which we see with this shot here towards the end of the episode. We see this aircraft carrier docked at a certain point, potentially implying that we'll go onto land, right? So that's why you've picked this school, is what I'm gathering, right? Is like we're on a aircraft carrier, right? Like there shouldn't need to be tanks on this thing. Like there's a little bit of hilly stuff here, but not really. It's mostly just like one town out on the middle of the ocean, right? Like this speaks to me as a place that wouldn't have tanks, right? And it's only through this weird government thing that we're even doing it. Briefly back here, we bring up Sayori's obsession with love and love triangles and relationships and that kind of thing before Hana, who is seemingly the mum of the group, probably the one I'm gravitating towards the most right now, asks the question that I guess the leading question for most of the rest of the episode as to why she's away from her family, why she's picked this school in particular. So yeah, initially doesn't want to talk about why she picked this school in particular, but we get into it by the end of the episode. And then we see this here, right? This is the student council. Isn't that manipulating the information? Don't worry about it. Understood, I'll get onto it immediately. And then yeah, they call out for Mio very soon and go, hey, you're going to do Senshido. We know that you're good at Senshido. We've looked up your information, and we're going to make you do it. We intersperse the episode with small scenes of them kind of making friends, I guess, and they're okay. Again, I think that that Reiko Yoshida has written better stuff in this vein, but it's not bad. It's fine. Like you're a little bit of an ego freak and a bit stupid. You think people just saying hello to you means they're romantically interested, and then Mio's just like way nice about it and doesn't call it out at all. Which is, hey, you're really nice right now. Like just compliments both of her new friends. Like you're really nice and you're really like cool and mature and stuff. I don't know. It's cool. Oh, and here comes trouble. Here comes the student council off to have a look. We start talking about flower arrangements briefly. Oh, and again, perfect for girls. Flower arrangement, perfect for girls. Not the Senshido that's apparently the cultural picture of femininity. So I don't know who died and made you student council president, but you are. Are you eating like a pickle? That's very strange. I like your design a lot. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm exposing too much, but yes, this one. And then we get this shot. They're all like towering over her. We need to talk to you. And again, obviously, it's about Senshido. And yeah, like classic coercion, like hand on the shoulder, hand here. You better pick it. You got to pick it, right? So yeah, we're playing this cheerful coercion. Again, cheerfully at the moment, but it's pretty rough. Again, I was saying you guys is almost antagonistic, but you're seemingly part of the team if the dream sequence is to be believed. So I do not know. Oh, and then this is great, right? So this is your face after, trying to pick a specific school that wouldn't have Senshido, and then, what happened happened. It's pretty funny. This could be like a good meme almost, right? Like between this shot and this shot. Pretty good. I like that our two new friends in Sayori and Hana immediately pick up that something is wrong with Mio. Like they've been observing her for a while. They would know when she's acting normally and when she's not. And we all go to the sick room all together to have a discussion about it. I don't know, just, friends stuff. I like it. Yeah, but yeah, you definitely hit the Miho a little bit more. Miho? Miho? Yeah, I'm unsure there. Miho. I needed to sound natural, and it's not sounding natural for me. So Senshido is a martial art traditionally reserved for girls, and we'll get more on the educational video later in the episode, which I thought was quite interesting. Like, I wouldn't have picked it. I would not have picked it. Upon being pressured by both sides here, asking and prying about her history with Senshido, she spits out that my family has practiced Senshido for many generations. There's some traditional and familial pressure on me to do this, right? And that has led to angst in the past and me wanting to choose a school out of this specific system.
So this is me whilst editing. Even now, this still kind of floors me. Like, you have this setup with a character that has a family pressuring them to do one thing, and the main character doesn't want to do it. And it's not the way you would think it would be. Traditionally, like this kind of story, I'm thinking Chihaya Furu, just off the top of my head. We want you to do something traditionally female, I'm going to do something traditionally male. Fuck it, bend it like Beckham. Like, this story is as old as time, right? Going against familial and traditional structures. But we don't. We default back onto the same thing again. We default back to tanks, right? If I was writing it, it would be my family's really interested in flower arrangement or tea ceremonies or something like that, right? And I want to do tanks, right? Give the main character some agency there. It's just something I've never seen before, as I keep reiterating throughout the video.
I only have bad memories of tanks. I came to the school so I wouldn't have to deal with them. Then don't force yourself, most high school girls don't practice Senshido anyway. Yeah, again, and I'm thinking like, the episode could have like ended here. This would have been like the same moral essentially, right? Which is like, we're supporting you no matter what you do, right? If you want to do it, you can do it. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. We're your friends regardless, which is good. That's good friend stuff. But we kind of, yeah, we double back and forth a lot, making me unsure of where we're going with the story, which was a strange one. This is where we get the educational video I was talking about just before. We've called a full school assembly. I don't know what kind of power the student council president has, but it's pretty extensive. And yeah, again, this shot here, right? Lesser shows wouldn't even have a shot like this in it, right? But you look at the crowd for too long and you see a lot of the same head. I'm just saying. Like, ambition, not exactly tied with the budget or execution at the moment. On the whole, the soundtrack is very interesting as well. I guess I should talk about it. It's very, again, brass, very traditional, very marching band. Lots of stuff to like about it for sure. It's very buoyant. It does a lot to make the show unique, I think, as well. It's mostly showed off in this video as well as the dream sequence at the start of the episode as well. Before again that last part again with the kind of pan out to the aircraft carrier. So Senshido, it's a time-honored tradition that has been practiced all over the world as a way to bring up girls. Girls and tanks, of course. And you're getting nervous at the thought, whilst basically we pan to various shots of characters loving it. They're loving what they're seeing. They all want to get into Senshido. It is a martial art that strives to nurture their polite grace and their dignified femininity. Learning Senshido will give an edge to your femininity. You'll become as hot and tough as steel, and as robust and lovely as caterpillar tracks, and as passionate and faithful as a cannon. Okay, like, lots and lots of stuff here. I think we're tying like a lot of traditional masculine things into femininity in this universe, right? It's almost like girls run the world. Like, again, a lot of masculinity and that kind of thing has been tied to competitiveness in the past, right? Competition. That's why, so many shonen are that way inclined. And again, like, just it prevails culture all over the world, right? You generally don't see, at least it described this way. I know it probably exists this way, but like, femininity described as something you need an edge to become better than the competition at, right? And then, of course, like, relating each of these kind of feminine emotions to aspects of a tank. It's thrown me off into many different directions. I don't know what to make of that at all. I think it's very interesting. I just don't know what to make of it. But then we're tying it into, it's not quite progressive either, because we're tying it into very traditional stuff. Like, doing this will make you a better wife and a better homemaker and stuff, and all these other things that are, again, very traditionally female. Yeah, appeal to men. You will appeal to many men because of this, right? Where, again, in a more feminist text, it would be like, who cares about the men? We're just doing it for us. It's all over the place. But of course, like we've even seen a character this directly affects in Sayori, right? She's obsessed with love and that kind of thing. If this will make me appeal to many men, give me an edge in such a thing, then of course I'm going to pursue it. And of course, probably Hana with her, flower arrangement background wants again an edge in femininity and to try something new, something a bit more active maybe, and it appeals to her in the same way. Not including the thing that the student council say now, which is like basically you'll be given diplomatic immunity at school. So yeah, this is the choice of electives form as well. You have this one up the top you can choose, or any of the rest. Who cares about the rest? Pick this one, it's big and huge up the top. So if we didn't have a character like Miho, right? Um, I would find the student council very endearing, right? Like just trying to coerce everybody into picking this thing, right? I guess I could also take the aspect that the video could also be seen as almost propaganda, right? To get them to pick it, and it's not really about all these things at all, right? Like we just really want to do well in this thing for some reason. Yeah, but I mean, I'll finish my point with a character like Miho, right? It frames them as very negative, right? They're ruining what Mio is trying to do right now. So everybody starts to heap the pressure onto Miho to pick Senshido as her elective. This is where we get a bit of a reflective scene, almost mirroring the first scene of the episode in the bed. And a better look at this form as well, I guess, as well. Yeah, the following the following benefits: unlimited ice cream vouchers, fucking 24/7. Well, 2074. Don't know about that, but sure. Um, uh, that's a great thing too. Access to high class dorms. Are we going to be dorming? Okay, maybe we'll move out of this room that we're in right now. How is Taoism an elective? What? Sure. Yeah, okay. Tank falls into water, first person shot of drowning. Traumatic experience. Hug bear tightly. Obviously bad time. Gotcha. So I don't know if if I had a traumatic experience surrounding water, I don't know if I'd move to a place that is literally on top of an aircraft carrier, but go off. Yeah, there seemingly is a lot of water around for potentially a repeat of this and maybe a twist on what happened in the past with what happens in the future. So this part of the episode short lived, but again, I like you two. You just follow her wherever she may go, right? So it's like we'll both do the incense ceremony as well, right? If you want to do it. If you really don't want to do Senshido, right? Because of reasons, and we can see they're legit, then we won't do it as well, right? We're with you all the way, because I guess you were a really good friend in the starting portions of the episode, which you were. You remembered things about them, you complimented them, you seemed like a good time. I don't know. Yeah, so very quick relationship here, but it works, right? Just good friend stuff. And then we go back to the cafeteria again, and it's everywhere, right? That crowded scene starts to make a whole lot more sense. Everybody around them is talking about Senshido, right? Like they're the odd ones out, and it makes it difficult, right? It makes you almost feel guilty as well, which is kind of doubled up on with the next scene as well, which is again enforcing guilt onto you for not picking it. You see, I think it was Hana's eyes wander to a book on tanks as well, right? Looking over there, looking at it. You were interested in something these girls were saying as well. You got like when they went bow, your eyes widened. Like again, it's everywhere. They try to distract themselves by talking about sweet potato ice cream, but there's a call out over the loudspeaker for Miho to make her way to the student council room. Of course, the setup from the start of the episode isn't just going to go away. Yeah, I'm really liking you. I'm really liking you. It's you and it's the weirdos. It's the weirdo tank. I like the weirdo tank. Anyway, they basically confront her about the form, and it turns into a big shit fight between Sayori and Hana and the rest of the student council here. So there's coercion, threatening going on. I don't know if it's here in the episode or earlier and I missed it, but we need to do Senshido now because it's become like a government thing. Like it's government mandated that schools be better at this because there's a World Cup coming up, essentially, right? A World Championship. And okay, what's the feel here? Like person at the center of conflict that can do something to alleviate everybody else arguing around them. I'm thinking Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. I'm thinking Frodo. Like I will take it. It's essentially what Miho's doing here, right? Standing up and taking it on her own shoulders to eliminate the shit fight that's occurring, right? Obviously less serious than the One Ring, but you know. I guess the crucial aspect is it's pretty clear that Hana and Sayori both want to do Senshido, and that's why you make this decision. Otherwise, it could be seen as a pretty feel-bad thing that you're just being coerced into this. So where we get the title of the episode as well, which is I'll sign up for Senshido, or something to that effect anyway. This is where the title line comes from. And yeah, coercion always wins, baby. And now we're going to get our ice cream finally as well. See what I mean? How the episode's kind of doubled back on itself in a weird way. I guess, yeah, the important part is that Hana and Sayori supported her the entire time. So yeah, maybe I can face my demons, face my Senshido demons, if you guys are here with me, is the major moral, I think. We get a little bit of ancillary context stuff here about the family. My mum and my sister are like, we all get in the tank because that's what our family does. Never had a choice in the matter, right? And again, normally for this character arc, right, it's something completely different than what the family's been doing. It's not doubling back to what the family's done as well, right? Interesting. But that's also the hook that gets you the student council interested, which is the inciting incident. So, I don't know. You're the helpless one. So, despite maybe having experience, maybe you're no good. Maybe there's improvement to be had, especially relative to the schools that are going to be really good. So, these are our groups basically at the moment as well. So, again, like cutesy group, I'm seeing this as the weirdos, the sporty ones, and we've even got like you in the back of the main character group, and then there's the student council group as well, of course. So yeah, there's 21 characters here in total. I think somebody said maybe 22, including the girl that reads, who isn't here at the moment. I think that's it's the girl at the back that's really interested in tanks, that inquires what kind of tank they have, and then they have a look inside, and it's pretty shabby. Let's just say it has transient beauty, sure. And Miho looks around, looks at the tank, using her own knowledge. The armor and the wheels look alright. It'll be a good tank. We'll have a good time. Maybe seeing the tank as maybe a metaphor, right? Like, it may be a little bit shabby on the outside at the moment, but it's got the structure here, right? We've got the structure to do something now, right? I think this will work. A vote of confidence in the rest of the show and its ability to change your opinion on Senshido and challenge that in various ways. Again, I'm seeing like armor and wheels as the structure, as the friend group, as the social net that's helping you accomplish what you couldn't accomplish before. And then yeah, big old dramatic zoom out shot, very similar to the stuff at the start of the episode. Again, really ambitious shot. I think that this is the one that's probably working better than the ones earlier that I've highlighted as well. I think it almost looks pretty good, right? Like it almost reminds me of there's a big old tracking shot through a city that's very, very quick like that in the opening for Your Name, and it kind of reminds me of that, right? Probably doesn't look as good, but is in the same ballpark at least, which is pretty good for a TV anime. And then yeah, of course, I've talked about my misgivings about it being an aircraft carrier. A town on an aircraft carrier. That's just a little bit strange. And then there's the opening. I think I'll have a closer look at the opening in time when I have a bigger version, because right now I'm just going to be looking here, which is a little bit lame. I feel like I know the singer broadly. But yeah, I'll look at lyrics and animation and all that kind of stuff in time. But yeah, characterful, right? We all got to pose for the photo. Yeah, I said I wouldn't talk about it. Let me turn it off. So yeah, episode 1 of Girls and Panzer, Girls in Tank. Pretty good. Pretty good. A bit of a weird one structurally. I've talked about it. Some ambitious production decisions that aren't always backed up by the stuff that funds those ambitious decisions, which I think is endearing. I think it's done in an endearing way. We've introduced a main friendship relationship between our 3 mainish characters, a conflict for our main character, and a set of stakes, I guess, right? Will this go better than it has done in the past for a character like Miho? Other than that, it's pretty cool. There's some production stuff to like. It's got girls and tanks in it. And until I see more of what the actual structure of the show episode to episode will be like, then I'm withholding judgment, I guess. But yeah, cool. I want to watch more. I would probably, if I was watching this in my own time, I would probably give this another episode. I'll give you that right now. But yeah, I'll probably try to do 2 of these a week, much like I try to do with most shows. Please let me know about good stopping points. Please let me know if there was anything I potentially missed in the production department or anything cool or that kind of thing. It's generally what the comments do. I'll read out the comments next week at the start of each video. It's what I do for all my series. And yeah, looking forward to more. Looking forward to more next week for sure. Shill stuff. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation. Comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join Discord. Love Discord. Discord. Please log on to the Discord. It's very cool. Yeah, this was episode 1 of Girls and Panzer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you again for episodes 2 and 3 next week. Ready? Bye-bye.